name is Ellen, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to play Sunroof by Nicky, Youre, and Dazy on the guitar, so stay tuned if this is something that you'd like to learn. And guys, really quick before we jump into the tutorial, I wanted to take a second to thank today's sponsor, Enya Music. Enya's newest guitar model, the Next G, can simplify your life by being a one-stop shop for any musician. Not only does this smart guitar have many useful features like a built-in preamp, onboard tuner, integrated sound card, and multiple effects, but it's also the first of its kind to double as a Bluetooth speaker. With the click of a button, you can pair your Next G with the included wireless microphone, allowing you to perform your favorite songs all from the convenience of your guitar. So if you're interested in trying out this sleek new design that comes in multiple different colors, make sure to check out the link in my description box below. So for the most part, this song is going to be super beginner friendly. Go ahead and make sure your guitar is in standard tuning, and we're going to put our capos on the first fret to keep it in the same key as the original song. I have 4 different chord shapes to show you today, and unfortunately one of them is a bar chord, which is our F sharp minor, and we do repeat it quite a bit in this song, so it's a great song to practice your bar chords with. And then I wanted to show you one simple strumming pattern that you can apply for the whole song, and it sounds really great. So with all of that being said, let's go ahead and start the tutorial off by showing you the chords. Alright guys, so I've zoomed in a little bit to take a closer look at these chords, and we're going to start with our D chord, which looks like this and sounds like this. And by the way, if you don't know how to read these chord charts that you're seeing on screen, I do cover how to do that in my beginner series, episode 3, so I will link that right here for those of you who need it. With that being said, the next chord is our A. After that, we have our E. And then the last chord shape you need to know is our F sharp minor, which is our bar chord. And those are the 4 chords you need to know to play this song. So if any of these chord shapes are new to you, go ahead and pause the video and just make sure to take a few moments to memorize them, as well as practice transitioning back and forth between them. Even though this song is really repetitive with the chord progressions, you do need to be familiar with how to transition pretty quickly because the song moves kind of fast. So if you need help with that, I do cover how to transition between chords faster in my beginner series, so I'll link that here for you guys. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into these strumming patterns.
Only got one thing on my mind.
So if you are new to guitar and/or you have trouble singing and playing at the same time, I would suggest you start out with a practice pattern, and as you can see, it's just one single down strum on the beat for every chord change. This is really going to help you just get familiar with the song and know where to make those chord transitions, like what word you're singing and things like that. So let's go ahead and put the chorus up here on screen, and we're just going to practice this single down strum and making sure that we're kind of lining it up with all of those words when they're changing. I got my head out the sunroof, I'm blasting our favorite tunes, I only got one thing on my mind. Alright, and you would basically just take this single down strum pattern and apply it to the rest of the song, and just really be sure you know what word he's singing whenever those chords are changing. It's really going to help your fluency and help you get the next strumming pattern a little bit faster and easier. I actually have the guide for this entire song available on my Patreon page, which you can download and print out right now, and it'll really help you with this process of just kind of going through it. But once we've done that, we can go ahead and move into the strumming pattern that I would suggest for this song. Alright guys, so the strumming I would suggest for this song, as you can see, is just down, down, up, and it's gonna sound a little something like this. And as simple as it sounds, this is actually the pattern that you can apply for the entire song. All you want to do is play this pattern through one time for each chord. So for now, let's go ahead and just stay on our D chord since that's the first chord in the song, and just get used to the rhythm of how this sounds. So you're gonna go down, down, up, down, up. That's the whole pattern. Down, down, up, down, up. Alright? So once you put those chord transitions in there, again, like I said, you just want to repeat this pattern through one time for each chord. So we have D, A, E, F sharp minor. Alright, so why don't you go ahead and try that with me, and I'll count us in. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. D, down, down, up, E, F sharp minor, down, down, up, A, down, up, E, So if you put that in context with the song, it actually, like I said at the beginning, does repeat itself through the whole thing. So as long as you can play that strumming pattern with these chords in that progression order, you can play through the whole song right now. So as an example, let's go ahead and bring the chorus back up on screen, and we're gonna see how this sounds together when we're singing through it. I got my head out the sunroof, I'm blasting our favorite tunes. I only got one thing on my mind. You got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me feel brand new. You're more than a sunshine in my eyes. All right, nice. And so one last thing I wanted to tell you guys is sometimes during like the post choruses and stuff like that, it does kind of sound a little bit more muted, and that's something that you can really easily replicate with this strumming pattern. All we want to do is add a little bit of a mute after the first down strum. So for example, on my D chord, instead of letting the first down strum ring, I'm just going to stop the strings from ringing with my hand. Okay, so I'm just using the palm of my hand. You can either use an open hand, you can use a fist, whatever helps with that process. All right, so you would add that mute in, and then the whole thing would be down, mute, down, up, down, up. All right, and if you do that in tempo and in rhythm, it would sound like this. All right, so you can see how quickly I need to apply that mute. So if you want to add that in there, it is something a little extra. I like to add it into my verses and my post choruses just because it makes the guitar sound a little bit more different. And what I'll do is I will only add the mute after the D and the E chord. So basically I'll go D and then let the A ring, down, down, up, then I'll mute the E and then let the F sharp minor ring. So the whole thing would sound like this. And again, this is totally optional. I think it does kind of match the song a little bit more if you can handle putting in the mute. So just something as a suggestion if you wanted to try that out. But now you know everything you need to know to play through the whole song. So let's put all of it together to play through it. Good luck.
In the back of my mind, I'm feeling like this might be my time to shine.
1, 2, ready, go.
La da la da 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 dee da. I got my head out the sunroof, I'm blasting our favorite tunes. I only got one thing on my mind. You got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me feel brand new. You're more than a sunshine in my eyes. You got those.
Want to jam to the rest of this song with me? Then make sure to check out my Patreon page where you can unlock access to this as well as all my other fast track and play along tutorials. I'll make sure to leave a link in the description box below as well as in this iCard right up here. Alright guys, but that does it for my tutorial today. I really hope that it helped you. If it did, make sure to give me a thumbs up down below as well as subscribe to my channel. That way you never miss out on any other new tutorials. Another huge thank you to Enya Music for sponsoring this video, as well as a special shout out to my top patrons over on my Patreon page. I will have all of their names listed on screen right now. And of course a thank you goes out to all of my patrons on my Patreon page for supporting my channel and making videos just like this one possible. You guys rock. Here are my social media sites in case you'd like to follow me on any of those. That's just where I do fun things like behind the scenes looks at things coming up. I'll poll you guys on what you want to learn next, and I'll even do giveaways on there a few times a year. So make sure to check it out. But that does it for today. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that it helped, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!